Hey leaders, Tarun Stevenson here for Lead, Communicate, Grow. And in this episode, I want to talk about the importance of connecting before you try to lead. Come on, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about connecting before you try and lead. What do I mean by this? What I mean is that a great many young leaders or beginning leaders will try to take charge of a situation or take charge of a team before they've put in the effort to connect with and build relationship with the team. I was chatting with a friend recently and he's got a new boss. And his boss is much younger than he is, and he's in a team of people who are very experienced. They've been doing the job a long time. And this very inexperienced person has come into the team and has spent the first 2 weeks laying down the law, telling them what's okay, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and was shocked to find that the team weren't too happy about that, and the team weren't willing to be cooperative with this new leader. And so she came back to them and said, okay, what do I need to do to be able to work with you guys? What is it going to take for you guys to work with me? And one of the things they identified is, well, you've got to take the time to connect with us and get to know us before you start barking orders at us and writing the rules and the regulations for us. You see, if you don't take the time to build personal connections with the people you're trying to lead, they'll never follow you. People follow people. They don't follow positions, they don't follow titles. It doesn't matter if you have a title and a pay packet to go with it. People follow people. And so you need to take the time to actually build those positive relationships with your team, with your staff, with your organization, so that they can know, like, and trust you. That's an old sales term. Well, it applies to leadership as well. Your people need to know who you are, they need to like who you are, and they need to be able to trust who you are before they will follow you where you want to take them. And so that's going to take effort on your part. It's going to take time. So here's a couple of tips of how you can do this effectively. Before I do get into the tips, I want to encourage you, subscribe or follow on whichever channel you are watching this or listening to this. And we produce content every week, and we don't want you to miss out on any episodes, so make sure that you are doing that. All right, so what are some tips on connecting before you try and lead? If you're walking into a new organization or a new position, the first thing I would do is get to know your team. Get to know your team personally. Ask them how they are. Ask them what they do. Understand their job. Don't start trying to tell them what their job is, or don't try and tell them how to do their job better. And don't even try and tell them that you're an expert in their job, even if you are. Just ask them, what's your job? Tell me about what you do here. Tell me about what you understand about the organization. Also get to know them as people. Find out about their families. Find out how many kids do you have? How long have you worked in this organization? What do you do on weekends? What are your hobbies? Take an interest in them as individuals, as people, okay? And I would suggest that you do this for the first couple of months. Before you start trying to establish your own position and get them to buy into you, you need to show them that you're buying into them. The second thing you need to do if you're trying to connect with people is learn to be engaged with them on a regular basis. Don't just sit in your office. Don't just hide away in your meetings. Take the time to actually go and interact on a daily basis. Go and say hello to your team. Ask them how they're doing. Wish them a great day. Just 5 or 10 minutes every day connecting with your team, talking to your team, asking them how they are will work wonders for getting them to buy into you, because what you're doing is saying nothing's more important than knowing that my team's okay. And when you show your team that you care about them above profits, over money, over systems, over meetings, whatever it might be, that you care about them, then they're more likely to say, hey, you know what? This guy's the real deal, or this girl's the real deal. We want to get to know them and we want to help them understand. Don't try and cast vision the first minute you meet them. Get to know them, show them that you care. All right. And the third thing you need to do is, if you're going to connect with people, you need to let them in on what's going on. Be transparent. Okay, don't be secretive about the way you're processing. Now, it doesn't mean you have to tell them everything. Okay, I understand that there are stages and there are different levels of information, but at least let them know the direction you're heading. Give them information about what they should expect. Give them information about what you're thinking, but then ask for their feedback. Hey, I was thinking about doing this. What do you think? I'd love your feedback on this. And what you will find is very often they will value the fact that you took the time to ask them. But sometimes they will have a better insight of the organization or a better insight of how that will affect the organization, and they might be able to help you tweak that and make a better decision. Include them in the decision making, and get their feedback, keep transparent with them, and you will find that they start to buy into you. So there's 3 things that you can do to connect before you try and lead. Take the time to get to know your people before you start trying to lead them. Get to know their job, get to know what they do, get to know their personal life. The second thing is take the time every day to engage with them. Go and say hello, wish them a happy day, ask them how their night was, their weekend was. Engage with them on a daily basis. And third, be transparent and invite them to participate in your decision making. Share with them what you're thinking. Ask them for their feedback, ask them for their opinion, and let them know the direction you're heading so that they can actually evaluate that and be part of the process. Okay, so that's 3 things that I think you could do to connect before you try and lead. And I hope that's been really helpful. If it has, give us a like or a thumbs up and give us a comment in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. If there's a topic that you want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments, because we'd love to get your feedback and create content that's relevant to you. And of course, share it with somebody that you think is going to benefit. So if you've got friends or colleagues that you think will benefit from this, send them a link and we'd love to get them involved as well. Until next time, I'm Tarun Stevenson for Lead, Communicate, Grow.